What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Today we are going to talk about self-defense for convicted felons. Kind of a controversial topic, so this should be a fun one. Now, if you're not aware, here in America, most convicted felons cannot legally purchase firearms. There are ways to get convictions expunged from your record, but from what I've heard, it's not very easy to do. However, there are self-defense tools, including some guns, that felons can legally own. So today, we're going to look at some of them. A couple months ago, we did a video on the 1851 Navy black powder revolver. If you haven't seen it, definitely go check it out. But in the comments, there were a lot of people saying I should do a video on felons and self-defense, because if you're not aware, black powder firearms are not regulated like other guns, meaning they do not require a background check, and felons can actually own these. So I wrote down the video idea, and here recently I got something else that is absolutely perfect for this. This is the AEA Terminator, a 9mm/357 semi-automatic air rifle. We just did a video on this a couple days ago, and it is listed as the world's most powerful semi-automatic air gun. This thing slaps. But I thought today we would compare these two guns and see if we can help the convicted felons out there choose the ultimate self-defense tool that you can own legally. Now, this video is obviously just for the people with a criminal record who want to abide by the law. We all know violent criminals are going to get guns anyway, and I don't think making them illegal will stop the truly dangerous people. In my experience, a lot of felons are just people that made a mistake and unfortunately got caught, but should still be allowed to own guns and protect their families. Just my opinion. I realize a lot of you may disagree with me. Feel free to change my mind in the comments. All right, we'll go ahead and shoot the air rifle first. I would say the fact that this is a semi-automatic is the biggest advantage it's gonna have over most black powder firearms. Now, is it effective enough to use for self-defense? I don't know. That's what we're here to find out. But it takes a 10-round magazine. You can see those 9mm pellets. And by the way, I was complaining in the last video about the magazine quality. I found some really nice aftermarket mags. These are from Ares Airguns Tactical, and I haven't tried them yet, so hopefully they work, but they feel 10 times better than the mags that come with it. Go ahead and insert our magazine, and we got 10 shots. Well, hopefully you could hear how quiet the rifle was and how loud those bullet impacts were. There are different schools of thought on using quiet guns for home defense. Some people want them as loud as possible, intimidating, alert the neighbors, all that stuff. So it is personal preference. For me, I would say a silent rifle is an advantage in home defense because I like my eardrums. The other obvious advantage is the fact that it's semi-automatic and you get 10 shots as fast as you can pull the trigger. Most black powder firearms are not gonna be semi-auto. Hey guys, before we go any further, I am very excited to tell you all about our sponsor for today's video, the new channel merch. Yes, we finally got it done. A lot of you guys have been asking for this for a very long time. I've been working on it for months, teasing it since December. We're finally there. There should be a link in the description box below this video where you can finally go and pick this up for yourself. So we have a few different designs. We started with the military green on this first release because it's my personal favorite color. I feel like both guys and girls can wear it and it looks good. And the quality of these t-shirts is as good as anything I've ever felt. And I've tried them all. So the first t-shirt is the channel logo. Definitely one of my favorites, probably the one that I wear the most just because I love our channel logo. Underneath that, we have the nail gun shirt. So this is obviously paying homage to all the nail gun videos that we've done over the last few years. A lot of them have went viral, just a staple of the channel here. Definitely like that shirt as well. By the way, all of these have American flags on the right sleeve and the channel logo on the left sleeve. Kind of hard to see because it's folded up, but if I open it, there it goes. So our third design is the Size Matters shirt. Now this is definitely the favorite amongst all the women in my family, and I'm not sure why. It has every caliber from a 22 long rifle all the way up to a 50 BMG, and then it says Size Matters underneath it. You can take that any way you want. And for all three of these designs, we have also made hoodies. Now these hoodies are next level comfortable. I actually had a few different fabrics to choose from, and this was the clear winner. It's a little more expensive on my end, but no question about it, it is the most comfortable hoodie I've ever worn. So if you want to support the channel or get some cool t-shirts, check out the link in the description box below, guys. Again, this has been years in the making. I've been getting asked about merch since I started the channel, really. Most people start merch right away. I wanted to do it right. I did not want to go through some low budget printing operation and give you guys crappy shirts, because once you do that, you can't bring it back, and the reputation will always be there. So I wanted our first drop to be high quality stuff, printed well, you know, soft t-shirts, high quality material, and I think we've done that. I would not release it if I wasn't confident in that. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. Again, the link will be in the description box below. It helps to support the channel, and it gives you guys a cool piece of shirts, hoodies, whatever you want. We're working on hats, patches, a lot of different stuff. But this is just our first drop. We will continue to roll out new stuff as we go. Hope y'all enjoy it. And the black powder revolver. I am almost out of caps, so we're just gonna shoot 3. And right off the bat, one disadvantage to black powder is the loading process. They're all a little bit different. With this one, it's a cap and ball revolver, so you have to dump the powder in, ram the projectile in, and then put a cap on the nipple. And you have to load all 6 chambers individually. So a lot more complex than just loading a 10-round magazine and sticking it in an air rifle. Let's shoot this bad boy and see how it feels. It's been a while. Hopefully we get through all 3 of them. Ramrod fell down. I remember that from the last video, and that cap is kind of jammed in there. Don't know how I missed that one. Ugh. This is another problem with black powder. We'll get there. All right, let's see if we can hit the steel one time. Come on. By the way, this is a low quality black powder revolver. It's not a real Colt 1851 Navy, in case you couldn't tell, but I had the sights right on those steel targets and somehow I missed. It must be going either high or low, and I can't remember which one. But out of 3 shots, we had 1 or 2 malfunctions, so not a good percentage. And people that really shoot these a lot can get them working properly, but for most people, it's just more hassle than it's worth. And we're so spoiled with modern firearms that these are kind of a pain unless you really enjoy it as a hobby. It's also a lot louder and smokier than the air rifle, which could be a good or bad thing. It would probably scare the bad guy more, but your entire family might die of smoke inhalation if you actually use one of these for home defense. The main advantage to black powder, I would assume, is velocity. Because it's using real gunpowder, it's gonna launch that projectile faster and give you better terminal ballistics. At least I would think. All right, I've only got 1 cap left, so I want to go ahead and chronograph this thing to see which one has a higher velocity. The air gun was consistently hitting between 800 and 850 feet per second. I think this will do a little better. 1,007 feet per second, so quite a bit faster. And you can see the black powder revolver chronographed at 1,007 feet per second, so 200 feet per second faster than the air rifle. Well, that's probably the main advantage of the black powder revolver. It's a bigger, heavier bullet, and it's going faster, so I assume it would have better terminal ballistics than the air rifle. All right, guys, moment of truth. Let's see if this air rifle is actually effective enough to use for self-defense. We are gonna test it on a ballistic dummy lab human head. And in the smoke wagon video, we actually shot the exact same thing with the revolver. So I'll run that clip here. It definitely went through. Let's go check it out. And there is our entrance hole right there. It actually cracked the skull a little bit down behind the ear. And if you look at the top, it completely split that head in half. I don't think I've ever seen that before. If we go around to the other side, you can see where it did pass all the way through and out the other side. That was also the video where I shot myself in the face, so that was cool. Oh! And And for this test, we're gonna use the JSB 35 Diablo. It's as heavy as any pellet that I have, but it's also kind of a hollow point, so I thought it was a good choice. Moment of truth, and hopefully this doesn't just bounce right off. Well, I would say that definitely did the job. So you can see the entrance hole right there above the ear. It also fractured the skull pretty much all the way to the top and made a little mess on the table. If we go around to the back, it actually did pass all the way through, which I did not think it would. A .22 long rifle usually does not even go all the way through. The exit hole is small because it is just a pellet, probably lost a lot of energy going through that head, but it did exit out the other side. I don't think this guy made it. I'm not gonna lie, that did a lot better than I was expecting. The black powder revolver had a similar result, maybe a slightly bigger exit hole because it is a bigger projectile, but very comparable. And the advantage of a semi-auto is if the first one doesn't do it, you have a few more. And after a 5-round mag dump, this is what he looks like. I would say that is definitely effective enough. Obviously, we have a much bigger mess on the table. There's actually a pellet stuck in the top of his head right there. Hopefully you guys can see that. I assume it went in, curved upward, and stopped right before it exited. If we go around to the other side, it is pretty much shattered, and it looks like most of those pellets did go all the way through. Well, there's your answer. In my opinion, the Terminator air rifle is absolutely powerful enough to use for self-defense. Impressive. In the last video, I wanted to shoot watermelons with the air gun, but I couldn't find any. So today we're making up for it with a mag dump. Not bad for an air rifle. I don't know if you guys could hear that, but the power of those shots was slowly starting to go down. I think we're running out of air. All right, guys, those are the results. The choice is yours to make. I will say, if I could not own firearms, I would 100% have an air rifle, just like the Terminator, by my bed. Black powder is a good option as well, but it's just more hassle than I would want to deal with, especially with air guns like this out there. There are other good options as well, like crossbows and less lethal stuff like pepperball guns and tasers, but without a doubt, this would be at the top of my list. It's a semi-automatic that holds 10 shots, and as we saw, it is more than effective enough to get the job done. So let me know what you think down in the comments below. As always, I'd be glad to hear from you guys. If you liked the video, please hit the like button for me, guys. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.